All right, welcome to game 2 of our Super Sunday triple header. This time, it's a rematch of the first game of the season. It's the Toronto Huskies and the Boston Shamrocks. The lineups are pretty much the same from that first game, only it's Tyler Toffoli at right wing for Boston instead of Bobby Brink. So we'll see how it goes this time. Obviously this time Toronto wearing the Arctic blue, while Boston's wearing the white. The first time around, it was Toronto in white and Boston in the Kelly green. So, let's get this second game started, which will precede the 4th of July game. So, are you ready? I hope you are, because I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, puck is down. We are underway here in game 2 of our triple header. Into the corner, Toffoli will fire on and a save and out of bounds immediately. I am kind of hoping that this second game moves a little faster. Face off one into the corner. Kucherov across. Here is Miroshnichenko. He'll give it back to Kucherov. Miroshnichenko has it again and fires on and a save. And what do you know? Both of the first shots went out of bounds. So we'll face it off along the far sideboards. Face off one to Miroshnichenko. Nelson back to Kucherov. It cycles back. Nelson. Miroshnichenko to the middle. Nelson, that's blocked. And now Toffoli will send it up. They get it back. Toffoli will send it over to Bunting. He'll wrist one and miss the net. And it goes out again. So 3 stoppages in the first 30 seconds. They'll face it off here. Face off one to Toffoli. Now Zibanejad will fire a shot. Save. They get the rebound. Another save by Fedotov. Toffoli will send it across. It's a turnover. Kucherov. Over to Miroshnichenko, he has it. Now back to Kucherov, back to Miroshnichenko. Now he'll fire on and Lankinen knocks down the high shot. Zibanejad to Foley, now Bunting. Blocked off by Nelson and it goes out of bounds. So, far side face off right about now. Just under a minute into the first period. Kucherov will turn and shoot. And was that a violation? They're saying no. A shot on denied. They're giving them both shots on goal. What? I don't even know. Nelson back to Kucherov. Will fire on and a save. And they're saying it was a high shot not going in. Miroshnichenko to Kucherov. Back to Miroshnichenko. Kucherov. They're playing catch. Now Miroshnichenko will turn and fire. He missed the net. Kucherov has it. He'll wrist one and a stop is made. Nelson drops it back. Now he has it again and fires deflected into the corner by Zibanejad. Now Bunting has it. He'll send it over. It bounces to Zibanejad. Toffoli back to Zibanejad. He'll fire a save. Bunting gets the rebound and is blocked. Toffoli will send it over to Zibanejad. Then Toffoli. Zibanejad, now Bunting. Toffoli will fire a stop. They have it back again. Trying to get some sustained pressure going as there's... Oh, it went in! A really weird goal. It kept traveling forward. I think that's a double deflection. Nelson, Miroshnichenko, and into the back of the net. And the Shamrocks have got the lead. I believe it kept traveling forward. A really weird goal for Toffoli. It bounced off Nelson. It bounced off Miroshnichenko. But it kept traveling forward into the net. And the Shamrocks take the lead 1-0. I think the officials are going to want to check this one to make sure it did indeed keep traveling forward. And that is what they will do. We will have a review here just under 2 minutes into the first period. After video review, the puck did indeed keep traveling forward. We have a good goal. Because even though it went like this, it kept traveling relatively forward. So it is a goal. 1-0 Shamrocks just under 2 minutes in. Here's Miroshnichenko, a save. Kucherov rebound, another save by Kevin Lankinen. Now Bunting up ahead, deflects to Toffoli. Back to Bunting. Now Toffoli will fire, he missed the net. He got it back to the middle, Zibanejad puts it into the corner. Bunting, there to get, he plays it up to Toffoli, a save. Toronto will control it here. Miroshnichenko, across to Kucherov. Back to Miroshnichenko, he'll shoot and miss the net. Kucherov gets the rebound, it's blocked. Trying to get it to Nelson. Miroshnichenko, up to Nelson, never mind, it came right back to him. And he's struggling with it, and he put it on the line. Got it back again. He'll play it to Nelson. He'll fire and a save by Lankinen. It was a nice shot, but Lankinen got a piece and it sent it high in the air. Just over halfway through this first period, it's 1-0 Boston. Zibanejad tapped it to Toffoli. He ended up missing the net. Across to Bunting, and that one would have missed also. Miroshnichenko taps it over to Kucherov, a save. Got it back, timed up the rebound chance. Sitting on the line, Fedotov knocked it away. And going in behind is Miroshnichenko to try and settle this game down a little bit. Here's Nikita. Across to Ivan. Now in the middle, Brock. We'll stop calling people by first names. In the corner is Kucherov. He shoots a save. Got it back, send it over to Miroshnichenko. And another save by Lankinen. And now it's touching the line, they say. Boston wins the puck. And now Zibanejad will turn and shoot. And another save by Ivan Fedotov. Minute and 40 for the period. Kucherov plays it to Miroshnichenko and a shot off the bar. They get it to Bunting. Now to Foley. Back over to Bunting. He'll fire on and a save by Ivan Fedotov. Bunting whiffs on the rebound chance. Sends it over to Foley. Fedotov makes a second save. And now Miroshnichenko will fire on a save. Sends it over to Kucherov and another stop. Toronto's throwing a lot at Lankinen, but he hasn't bitten yet. Zibanejad almost made Fedotov bite. They'll send it over to Toffoli for another chance. They say that one's going high, so they only give him one shot. Toronto wins the puck. Kucherov taps it to Nelson. He'll turn around and tap it over to Miroshnichenko, fired on, and Lankinen denies him. We're under a minute to go in the first, and the puck rolls away, almost in the net, and kept out. That was almost a really bad own goal. Here's Kucherov. He'll shoot another block. That's back-to-back blocks by Mika Zibanejad, and it goes out of bounds with 45 seconds left in the first. Face-off will be along the near side. Kucherov will kick it to the middle. It comes back to Kucherov. He'll pass back. Miroshnichenko, another shot block, and then the rebound chance is stopped by Lankinen. Brock Nelson to Miroshnichenko, to Nelson, back to Kucherov. Down to the middle, Nelson, back to Kucherov. He'll shoot, save. Toronto getting chances but not burying him. Across to Foley, shot off the post. They get it back. Now it's thrown across, save. The puck's on the line. They battled for it. Boston's going to kill some time here. Bunting. Up ahead, turnover. Drop back Miroshnichenko. He'll fire it and not even close. They complete a pass to Foley. Will fire on. And a save by Ivan Fedotov as the period comes to an end. Low shot totals, 16-13 through one period, and evenly matched. 1-0 Boston through one. For the third time this season, Scotiabank Arena is sold out. 18,819 have packed the place. This game carries a lot more weight after Minnesota beat Montreal earlier in the day by a score of 6-4. So anyways, let's begin the next period of play. 1-0 Shamrocks, and they win the period's first face-off. Toffoli to Zibanejad, back to Toffoli. They're having a hard time completing passes. Now they do into the shot save. Bunting sends it up ahead to Foley. To Zibanejad. He fired on a shot blocked. Tapped it to Foley and he scores! Bar down and it's 2-0. Toronto again in some trouble here at home. That's a big goal for them. And I don't even remember who got the goal. It happened 3 seconds ago and I somehow don't remember. I think it was Toffoli, but we'll check. We'll check after the game. Because I don't have time right now. But wow. Boston coming in and on the road, taking a 2-0 lead on Toronto, the team that's been the best all year. They haven't lost a game in regulation yet. Nelson, back to Miroshnichenko. Now Nelson, they're passing a lot and they're not shooting. They didn't even get a puck to the net there, and they turned it over. Here's Bunting, he shoots, missed. Here is Kucherov to the middle. Nelson taps it, Miroshnichenko has it, and he missed the net, and it came back in on the bounce. It's not a goal. But man, if you're Toronto, you mean, you're at home in front of a sellout crowd, and you're down 2-0. Face-off is 1 to Toronto. Miroshnichenko to the middle, Nelson. Now Kucherov has it and missed the net again, but it rolled back to them. Nelson across on the line, won by the Huskies. Miroshnichenko to Nelson. He'll fire in a save by Kevin Lankinen on their first shot of the period. He's been strong so far, but the game far from over. Nelson missed the net. Kucherov got the rebound and a save. It's been tough going so far. These teams are very evenly matched. Boston has really figured some things out, even though they lost to Chicago. Nelson fired on and a stop again by Lankinen. Here's Toffoli, save. Toronto has the puck again. Kucherov fires on, shot blocked from the corner, and another save by Lankinen. And it's a turnover on the line, eventually a turnover after they won the puck. Nelson, a shot blocked by Zibanejad. He drops it back to Bunting. There's a save. Got the rebound. A second save by Fedotov. And oh my god, I bumped the rink. And now everything is off-centered and awful. So anyways, face-off. Bunting has it. We'll give it out to Toffoli. Toffoli taps it to Zibanejad. Now to Bunting. Zibanejad's in his way. Bunting will fire on and a stop. They get the rebound. Drop back pass to Toffoli. Missed the net. Play it out to Miroshnichenko. Just under 2 minutes into the period. He overskated the puck. Then he turned it over. Zibanejad at the bar. Got it back in a save. And now Kucherov, shot blocked. Miroshnichenko gets the rebound. Another save by Lankinen. He'll go to the middle. Nelson. Another save. Boston with it now. Bunting tried to get it to Zibanejad. Now he'll take the shot and a save. Tried to get it to Toffoli, but it hit something on the way to Zibanejad. And now it's tapping the line. It's won by the Shamrocks. Drop back to Toffoli. The Bunting back to Toffoli. He'll skate with it and shoot. And another save by Fedotov. Kucherov with it, and it's knocked away again. Halfway through this game, Toronto still being shut out by Lankinen. Now Toffoli will fire. He made a save again. Fedotov did. Toffoli plays it out to Zibanejad. Back to Toffoli. He fires on a save. Puck sitting on the line, and Miroshnichenko went offside. And you see the frustration on him. He just went for the line battle, but he went a little too far. John Cooper's team just lacking composure right now. They win the faceoff though, and Kucherov passes it up to flex over to Miroshnichenko to the middle, and Nelson back to Miroshnichenko and a save. Again by Lankinen. Zibanejad back to Toffoli. He'll send it across to Bunting. He'll fire it on. It was going missing and tight, but it was knocked away just to make sure. Toffoli throws it up. Here is Zibanejad. He fires on and a save. Down to the middle. Nelson denied. Each team gets a shot there. Shots are 25 all. Pretty low right now. Bunting fires, stopped. They got it back. Toffoli denied. They'll drop it back. Kucherov to the middle. Nelson, Miroshnichenko, and they're saying it's sitting on the line, and the Shamrocks win the puck. Here's Bunting. Nearly threw it away. Now to the middle. Zibanejad, a save. Boston's figuring it out right now, guys. And it's a turnover to Kucherov. Send it across to Miroshnichenko. Another save by Lankinen. Here is Toffoli. Stopped again, and it wound up in the net. 1:08 to go in the period. Shots are 29-26 Boston. And they lead 2-0 against a team who has not lost in regulation yet this season. They are 7-1-1, and there's a board bounce. It's not a goal. And then Lankinen fires that in. It's not a goal. Anyway, Toronto at 7-1-1, and their one loss was in overtime. So, no regulation losses yet. Kucherov signs a save by Lankinen, and he caught it, but then he threw it right back to them. Miroshnichenko over the net. And now it's on the line. Won by, looks like the Shamrocks, yes. Toffoli. Bunting. They're playing catch now. Bunting back to Toffoli. He'll look to fire. A save again. Here's Kucherov. Back to Nelson. He'll shoot. Oh, it took a weird bounce, and now Boston has the puck. Plays it up, and it's turned over. That's going to be a shot on goal. And a save. It was not an intentional shot, though. We know that. Here's Kucherov. Intent is big. Up to Nelson, and a shot off the post. What is going on? Toronto just cannot find the back of the net. And now Bunting has it over the net with that shot. Shots are 31-28. Unusually low shot totals in this game. Like, there's been a lot more passing than shooting, I'll tell you that much. 13.9 seconds left. Face-off 1 to the Huskies. Nelson to Kucherov. He fires and he scores! They get on the board late in the second. And who else but Kucherov? They needed that one bad, and they got it right at the end of the second period. And the league's best team will be down by just 1 going into the third, barring any other action. 9 seconds for the period. To the middle, Nelson. Across Miroshnichenko. Taps it back to Nelson. A shot that's blocked. They get it back, though. And, they mismanaged the clock. They did not even get a shot on goal in that sequence. Nelson could have shot it, but he bobbled the puck, trying to pass to Miroshnichenko, not knowing how much time there was. So, we're through 2 periods. It's a 2-1 score. We will be back for the third in just a few moments. All right, third period of play. We could have an upset simmering here, folks. Boston goes into the third, leading by 1. But Toronto with the momentum after that late goal. This could be a huge period coming up here from Toronto. Anyways, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Third period begins. Kucherov across to Miroshnichenko. He shoots, missed the net. And now Toffoli has it. Across, it's on the line. It's won by the Huskies. Kucherov fires on and a save. Has it back again. He'll take the other shot and a denial again by Lankinen. Another turnover. And it's turned right back over. Toffoli to the middle. And a shot on by Zibanejad is knocked out of bounds by Nelson. They'll face it off along the far side with 4:36 to go here in the game. Shots even at 31 apiece. Kucherov back across to Miroshnichenko and a save. And now to the middle. Zibanejad to Foley on. Denied by Fedotov. Here's Kucherov. He fires on a stop. They're saying it was going high, so it's not a shot on goal. And then it's turned back over. Kucherov turns and fires, and Lankinen made the save. Bunting to the middle. Zibanejad. Now to Foley. To Zibanejad. To Foley again. He'll fire. Save again. And I'll tell you one thing. There's been a lot of slow playing in this game. The shot totals, generally you see a team with like 40 shots going into the second period. But they are low, 33 all with 4 minutes to go. Face-off is one to Miroshnichenko. He sends it over to Kucherov. He'll use the boards. Now Nelson will shoot, and Lankinen will make another save. They'll keep it going here. It's been a close one. Toronto has found a lot of chances, but they've only found the net once. Miroshnichenko denied by Lankinen. He'll pass it up to Zibanejad, to Foley. Across to Bunting, and he hit the post. Oh, boy, that was close. Wow. That would have been huge for the Shamrocks, but instead, it remains 2-1. 3:51, and that goes out. Okay, nice buzzkill. They're going to say it went out. Okay, they're going to give Boston this face-off here, which is very interesting. John Cooper does not really like it that much, but they won the face-off anyway, so it didn't turn out to matter in Toronto's sake. All right, there's another save. They're only giving him 1 shot on goal, which is interesting. No, they are giving him both. Okay. Bunting gave it up. There's a save again. Minute and a half into this third, Boston continues to lead by 1. Zibanejad's shot is knocked away by Nelson. And now Nelson has it back to Kucherov. Tried to get it to Miroshnichenko. Nelson has it again. He'll fire on another save. Toronto's definitely had the better chances in this period. They've had more chances. They have 9 shots in the period to Toronto's 3. excuse me, 9 shots to Boston's 3. 38-34 of the shots. Across, Nelson. Miroshnichenko, another save by Lankinen. Toronto is getting goalied right now. That's what we call that, getting goalied. And the game's moved relatively quick. It's 3:30 and we're almost done. 3:12 to go. Toronto wins the draw. Miroshnichenko snaps it on, a save. Kucherov, another stop. Somehow that stayed in play. And they turned it over again. Across. It's another turnover. Bunting to Zibanejad, save. It's sent around. Far side. Toffoli wanted to shoot it but didn't. Gave it up. Zibanejad, another stop. Rebound. 2 saves made by Fedotov. Miroshnichenko across to Kucherov. Nelson. Miroshnichenko. Back to Nelson. He fires a save. And now Zibanejad. And there's a shot on by Toffoli and a stop. Rebound. Another save on Bunting. They go back for it. Boston's going to slow it down. Shot totals are going up just a bit, but it's just 42-39 halfway through this third period. Across to Bunting. He'll fire on. That one took a deflection and went into the corner. Kucherov still has it. It's sitting near the post. Fedotov will knock it away, and Kucherov will take it in behind. Time is getting short for the Huskies. They trail by 1. And it's a turnover to the middle. Zibanejad, a save. Gets it back, though. Drops it back to Bunting. Across, threw it away. To the middle, Nelson. Fires, and a stop again by Lankinen. 2 minutes to go. Bunting will get it to the middle. Zibanejad fires on, a stop, and it goes out of bounds. So Toronto needs to find a good time to call a timeout, and is this it? All right, John Cooper is going to call it. He is calling timeout with 1:49 to go in the third. Trailing 2-1, the Huskies have found themselves in sticky situations this season, plenty of times where they've gotten out of them. Will this be the first time they lose in regulation, or will they find a way, come back, and force overtime? Boston has already broken its huddle. Bruce Cassidy told them just to stay the course. They've played great the entire afternoon. Toronto breaks the huddle. Here we go. Miroshnichenko will step up and take the draw with 1:49 to go in the third. Face-off won by the Huskies. They go across. Never mind. It came back and he tapped it away. And Boston's going to go into an early time kill. They're going to burn as a turnover. Kucherov to Nelson. Back to Kucherov. Not a lot of room, but he got the shot through. And Miroshnichenko has it. Passes it up. Oh, it bounces in, but because it's a backwards deflection, it's not a goal. Remember, the puck has to travel in the same direction all the way to the net. Same relative direction. Boston will get the face-off in their side of neutral ice. Minute 30 to go. They win the face-off, and they are going into a time kill indeed. Bunting has it along the near side. Back to Zibanejad. He'll go to Toffoli. They'll continue to pass around and kill time. Down to 1:15. Bunting fires it on a stop. They get the puck back. Here's Toffoli. They'll go back to the goalie, which is an interesting move. They'll fire on, denied, and they haven't gotten it back in. They have! Wow, this is masterful time killing by Boston. They've wasted nearly a minute. And it's on the line, won by Boston! This is absolutely insane. They have wasted so much time. They just killed nearly a minute, and they're going to get to kill more! This is absolutely insane. And it's a turnover, and there it is. Goaltender is gone. Extra skater is out. They'll go across. To Kucherov, he shoots, save! They get to go to the empty net now. They got to be careful, though. Bunting trying to get it off the wall. They'll fire, it's blocked. And the rebound is in the net! Off the post! The Shamrocks are going to win! An absolute masterclass of time killing. And with 22 seconds, the Shamrocks have put it away. The upset of the season is happening right here at Scotiabank Arena. 3-1 Shamrocks with 22.7 to go. Unbelievable. Kucherov Across, nearly a turnover. Nelson, back to Miroshnichenko, a save, and it bounces away. They get one shot only. And it's a turnover. Nelson back. Miroshnichenko, another save. Boston will probably get to kill the rest of the clock. The fans, sellout crowd, in shock. The Shamrocks win it! And they are celebrating like they mean it! Here comes Bruce Cassidy. The upset of the season. The Shamrocks hand the Huskies their first regulation loss in the season. 10 games. Stunned silence at Scotiabank Arena as they pull the upset. The Huskies beat the Shamrocks the first 2 times. They knew they were close though, and they get it done right here at Scotiabank. Everybody, Kevin Lankinen stops 46 of 47, while Fedotov stops 42 of 44. Low shot totals in this one. No one got to 50. What a stunner. Everybody, including me, is in absolute shock. Nikita Tolopilo was supposed to start this game when it was a back-to-back for Boston. But guess what? Because it got bumped, this allowed Kevin Lankinen to rest. And he goalies the Huskies. That is all. Thanks for watching, everybody.